I love playing Animal Crossing. I have played it ever since it first came to the US on GameCube, and I've probably spent hundreds of hours foraging, crafting, trading, and building. It's a wonderful game, and it offers a really rewarding experience. I've heard criticism of it, the classic kind of boomer criticism that you could spend the same amount of time in real life and accomplish a lot more. We're wasting our time. Is Animal Crossing a waste of time? I don't think so. Even though it's a virtual life that doesn't really affect your real life, I think the thing that draws people to Animal Crossing is consistency. They can rely on the rules of the game, and that's what we as humans strive for. We want consistency. We want rules in reality. And in Animal Crossing, if you spend a certain amount of time fishing, if you spend 30 minutes fishing, you know you will get a certain amount of money consistently. And with that money, you can buy this amount of things. It's consistent. So the work you put in is always equal to the results that you get out. And I think that's why people like it so much. Of course, there are some shortcuts. Every single time you plant a tree, it's guaranteed to grow. That doesn't really happen in real life. So there's little tiny luxuries that are more part of a video game world that you can cut corners in. So I think it's a great experience playing Animal Crossing. That being said, with the new Switch edition, as I've been playing, I've noticed a lot of things that I would prefer updates to. Things that I never really thought about before, back when I was 13 playing on GameCube. Things that really seem to be a time waster, and projecting forward as I play this game for months, there are some things that I kind of dread having to sit through over and over again. The same lines of dialogue, the same animations, missing certain marks when I'm trying to fish or shovel. Well, it turns out I'm not alone in those concerns. I discovered online there are many other people with very similar concerns, so I wanted to take a few minutes and read some of my favorite ones on the top post on Animal Crossing Reddit right now. And let's see what people have to say about possible quality of life improvements to Animal Crossing. The thread on Reddit started as a post of this tweet, so let's see what we got. Quality of life changes I'd really love to see patched into Animal Crossing New Horizons. First one, indoor workbenches that read crafting materials from home storage. So this would mean that instead of having to go to your storage, get materials for crafting, go to a workbench, craft things, and then once you run out of materials, have to go all the way back to your storage, refill your pockets, and then go back to the crafting bench. This would eliminate that middleman. This is a brilliant idea. Please, yes, do this. There was a lot of comments supporting this idea. The second idea, a sort button for your inventory. Maybe I'm not that far in the game yet. My inventory isn't that big. It's not really that big of a deal, but I have noticed that when I use items and they break and then I replace them, they don't go back in the same slot in the inventory. So I'll have all my usable items in different spots with gaps between them, and then the things I pick up fill up those gaps. So yeah, being able to sort it would be nice. It gets pretty messy. Another one, crafting multiple of the same item at once. This is absolutely necessary. I can't see this not happening. Maybe even if it's already in the game. I don't know. Long game, because crafting is really tedious, having to do it over and over again. At least the game remembers the last item you crafted, so when you finish crafting one item and you go back into the crafting, it's already there. But man, it would be so much easier to just say craft max amount. That seems really like a no-brainer. And the last one is durability indicator, please. I seem to see a lot of people annoyed at durability with the tools breaking. It doesn't really bother me, but sure, I would not mind an indicator. That would be totally cool. So yeah, these are all really great ideas. Let's take a look at the comments and the thread. There were some extra ideas and also some more explanation as to why these ideas are so good. So here's a comment from Society of 5 Under. Please let online get sorted better. I hate that a person can't leave because someone is talking to an NPC, or my experience is literally halted because another person joins. Yes, the joining games is absolutely abysmal. As Kermit that Frog points out, Online in Animal Crossing is like living in the early 2000s. The fact that I have to connect to the internet every time I want to do something is wild and outdated. Yes, absolutely. Like he says, online should literally just be the game, but with friends. Because right now there's a lot of limitations. If you join someone's island, you can't do everything. This is just insane. Stardew Valley has basically had this mechanic for years now, and it works flawlessly. Let's just have that. Just copy Stardew Valley, Nintendo. You don't always have to be a trailblazer. Next comment from Lavender Noise. I'd like to control my gates from the Nook phone and also buy tickets to the islands at the airport. This one is awesome. Yeah, absolutely. Makes no sense why you have to physically take your character to the airport to open the gates. Doesn't make any sense. And buying the tickets elsewhere that you use at the airport. Why would the airport not sell tickets? It's a terrible business strategy for a game that's all about maximizing profit and finding the best deal. I can't imagine an airport that doesn't sell tickets. I don't know. That's just dumb. Next one. Mark Dirtchief says, it boggles my mind that those features weren't there from the start. Did nobody who playtested the game said, you know, boss, it's annoying that we have to mash the A button for 5 minutes to make 20 bait? So this is going back to the crafting thing. I already talked about it, but this is absolutely spot on. Why can't we just craft multiple items at once? And I like the response from one large adult here. If they add a distinct recipe for bulk bait, that would be pretty cool. Just being able to improve it a little bit, that would be fantastic. Please include that. Next comment. Detective Georgie is on the case here. Please make golden tools indestructible. Like I said, I haven't had too much of an issue with the tools wearing out. But it does make sense that after you reach a certain point, you know, if I've been playing this game for a year, and a year from now, my tools are still breaking in my hand after one day of working, it seems like the progress isn't there. Right now, it's not that big of a deal, but it seems like something that maybe should be addressed in the future. And then Mac Limes kind of adds to it, saying indestructible tools should be the reward for completing the broken tools and the DIY tools miles cards, which it means, you know, it's like the achievements basically. If you do a billion trillion things with your tools and you complete that achievement and you get nothing for it, man, what a wasted opportunity. I think indestructible tools is the way to go. Crawl7 says another quality of life change would be precision placement of objects, or at least precision placement and ability to fine-tune bridges, inclines, and houses. Trying to place them in a specific spot is infuriating sometimes, and with terraforming. God forbid you have any drift. Yeah, so absolutely fantastic point by Crawl7. And 8-Bit Zombie follows up by saying placing buildings needs to use the same system as the home interior editor. That's it. That is the solution right there. Let us be able to have a grid on the map. That would make it so much easier, and sort of Minecraft style where you can it highlights the piece or the block that you are going to work on. If we could just include that, and you could take it off if you didn't want to. But to be able to have that in your HUD would be fantastic. I hate trying to dig holes at a diagonal angle, because I never know what's going to happen. It's like a 50% shot that I'm going to get the hole in the right spot. And like 8-Bit Zombie says, with the fishing, I'm sick of thinking I have the cast lined up only to realize I'm several feet off target. For a game that's supposed to be relaxing and enjoyable, especially the fishing part, which is supposed to be just laid back fishing, chill experience, I end up yelling at my TV sometimes because I cast the line 4 or 5 times, miss the fish, and then the fish swims away. And it's like, why am I on vacation on this island, man? I'll just go to the grocery store and buy a fish at this point. It's stupid. Algorithm74 swoops in with a fantastic comment here. Maybe if a character says something for the 200th time, we don't need to hear it anymore. It's like, we got the message. Absolutely right. And first account created comes in with the perfect example. When you catch a fish, and they always have to have the little tagline, the joke line. The same thing goes for donating at the museum. Really, every action that you have to take every single day over and over again, it would be fantastic to be able to skip that. I realize that that's kind of part of the experience of the game. It's forcing you to slow down. But, you know, again, a year from now, I don't need to hear the horse mackerel joke. I mean, maybe a year from now, they will have a million different fishes with different updates, and a horse mackerel thing will be rare, and I'll be excited to see the horse mackerel joke. But right now, it looks like I'm already like 2 weeks into this game, and I'm getting tired of it. Carpet Abhor in with the question that everyone is wondering: why in the world do the custom designs not use touchscreen? And not even the custom design. So many things in the game would be fantastic with touchscreen. I can't even manage my inventory. Why is there no touchscreen? Doesn't make sense. What's the purpose of Switch having a touchscreen when like 10% of games use it? Maybe this would be difficult to introduce into the game. If it's too complicated, I understand, but sure would be a lot easier. And finally, the voice of reason here, Chickenmer, I thought had an interesting comment because this is sort of a counter argument. He says, I feel like, first of all, I don't know why people always say I feel like. What he means is I think, but whatever. I think a lot of the mechanics that make us slow down and be methodical are entirely intentional design choices to make the players slow down and relax. Concessions have been made, like being able to put your bugs and fish in storage and flowers not dying. You know, they have made improvements. As he says, these are all intentional quality of life changes. Animal Crossing at its core is a multitasking, I think he means tasking, multitasking simulator. And however you can accomplish any given task is part of the challenge. So it's true, it's part of the theme of the game is that it's supposed to be laid back. This is true. I think so. But again, after a certain amount of time and improvement, as you upgrade your character, it would be nice to be able to skip some of these things. It would make me feel like I progressed past that stage in the game. And of course, maybe it could just be optional. If you really want to be immersed in the game and have everything go very slowly, you have to talk to person one line at a time and keep mashing A when you're talking to people and all the things we've discussed. Have at it, but give us the option to skip it. And Chickenmer finishes off, I really do wish we could craft from our home storage. Again, that seems to be like one of the most popular ideas. There's memes of it already. Crafting directly from storage seems like a no-brainer. Please allow us to do that. And that does it for the comments that I wanted to highlight. If you go check out that Reddit sub in Animal Crossing, the thread is pretty great. There are even more comments and some more ideas. These were kind of my favorite ones, but I think there's a lot of room for improvement in Animal Crossing. And since we live in a time of updates where games aren't final when they come out, this is like the perfect opportunity. And maybe if enough people talk about this, Nintendo will make some quality of life improvements in Animal Crossing. I love the game. It's still very fun. I love the laid-back atmosphere. I like to relax, but there are some repetitive things that don't feel like relaxing. They kind of take away from the relaxing experience. So Nintendo, please